and welcome to another Dwarven Tavern review. This time we are talking about Pathfinder's Adventure Path Advanced Class Guide. Okay, it goes for $39.99, and it can be found at paizo.com/Pathfinder. And this particular book is it is of course rife with all of the standard awesome artwork from War, who is better known as Wayne Reynolds. Wayne Reynolds stuff is very good generally. You know, I don't believe in resting on your laurels. It's like, oh well, if this guy did it, it must be good. We don't play that. There's too many people who get comfortable in their lofty positions and begin to allow their quality to slack because, well, I did it, it must be good. However, this dude, Mr. Reynolds, is consistently good, and I really enjoy the stylization of his art, such as the Brawler here on page 24, and the Slayer here on page 55. Okay. It's all just good stuff. I mean, it's not like accurate, perfectly accurate to what things are. He tends to make dramatize, stylize things, but that's kind of what kabam. That's kind of what Frazetta did to emphasize things. I have no words today. So, for example, he said that when you are about to get punched, the fist is going to look bigger when it's close to your face. And if anyone's ever been punched in the face, you'll know that that's true, especially if it's a really intimidating thing. So, it's just like a musical. I never cared for musicals, but I always heard that, you know, the music in a musical is to exemplify the overwhelming emotions that cannot be accurately displayed or portrayed in just dialogue. And you got to face it, man, sometimes, and girl, woman, I don't care about gender, you have to face it that sometimes you do have a theme song. A very good friend of mine once said that he wants Black Betty to be his theme song anytime he goes in a place, which, you know, that one. Oh, Black Betty, Landa Landa, that one. And, you know, his personality is just like that, so I would totally play that. I mean, I'm going to have it on my phone, and if and when I see him again, I'll play that when he comes close to me. So anyway, this book is called the Advanced Class Guide, as you can see here. And it is for Pathfinder, but it can be applied to whatever. And this, you know, I've said this before, and I know, you know, you've heard me say it before if you've watched any of my other videos, hopefully, that game, you know, a role-playing system is it's more than just that system. It is organic, and it is, you know, you can splice other things onto it in your role playing, in your own role playing universe. Like here, I mean, if I see a cool rule, I make it adapt to my own universe. I pull it, and I am like the Borg of gaming, in that it's all adaptable. My house rules, I could probably fill a book of house rules that are bigger than the current core rule books, just because of the number of sources and things from which I've, adapted and brought in from other systems, just like this one. Okay, so in this case, we have hybrid classes that start out. And what it says here is okay. The classes are kind of like hybrid. I mean, they are hybrid classes, and for example, it includes the Arcanist or the Arcanist, and the Arcanist is not someone who plays the Arcan. An Arcanist is a melding of sorcerer and wizard, so it's almost like the Gestalt class from the Unearthed Arcana from 3.5, but it's not quite as some would say OP, okay, as the Gestalt classes like Fighter Rogue, Wizard Cleric, Orange Apple, the Paladin Bloodguard. Sure. Which for some reason it made me think of a half orc, half halfling, which the manliest halfling ever. Because the halfling would have to be the father. I mean, that would have to be the father side. A very small orc. I don't know. I'm going to think about that one for a bit. I might bring it up later. But anywho, the Blood Rager is a barbarian sorcerer. Brawler is a fighter and monk. The Hunter is a druid ranger. And they're not strictly, like druid ranger or monk fighters. They just what they've done is they've taken elements of each of those classes and put them together to create a third. It's just like if you put strawberries and a banana in a blender, you're not going to come up with a strawberry banana, a red banana. No, you are going to have a blend, because it's a blender, right? You're going to have a blend of strawberry stuff and banana stuff, and you're going to drink it, and it's going to be delicious because it's going to be a smoothie, and it's going to love it, guarantee it. Unless you don't like that, in which case you probably shouldn't put strawberries and bananas in blenders, right? That's what I thought. Anyway, so let's take a look at a couple of these. And I will show you, or tell you, what it means. Okay, let's take a look at the Blood Rager. Now, the Blood Rager, as I mentioned before, is a combination of barbarian sorcerer, which is an incredibly cool concept to me because it takes the natural. It's all very natural, and traditionally barbarians hate wizards. They hate magic, right? The original first edition barbarian was supposed to have the mindset of killing any kind of wizard, magic user that they encountered, and that was just it. And they destroyed magic items, and that's why they had so many natural great natural powers. So, with the Blood Ragers, that is an exception to the rule, in that the Blood Rager is he has natural magic ability, and it makes you think, okay, yeah, barbarians come in all shapes and sizes, all walks of life: Vikings, Native American Indians, South American Indians, right? The Goths, the Visigoths, the Vandals, any of the Germanic nomadic tribes, the Huns, from that one big landmass. I think it's called Asia. Those are all, barbaric in origin, and the term barbarian does not necessarily connote of someone who is crass and crude and ignorant, and violent and or hostile, right? Those are connotations of the word barbarian and barbaric. It is the opposite of civilized, but that's not at all accurate, right? It's a culture of being close to the earth, being one with nature. It is very civilized, but in its own way, in its own internal way. It's very much a culture thing. Being a barbarian society doesn't mean you're going to throw your turkey legs on the floor and feed your babies to dogs. It's going to mean that you live off the land, you work with the land, you walk with nature. And that brings us to the part about sorcery, because a sorcerer is so in tune with nature. He or she actually is in touch with the magic of nature, the magic of the earth. So there you go. It makes perfect sense to me. And the fact that other barbarians may hate wizards is that the wizards are actually sometimes can be counter to nature. They're not using natural powers. They're actually futzing, right, with nature. So Blood Ragers are the masters of the battlefield. They have fearful carnage to unleash. I guess they have a pet carnage that is afraid of everything. So it's a fearful carnage. English, man. It's the language. The Blood Rager's places on the front lines right in his enemies' faces, supplying tremendous martial force bolstered by a trace of arcane magic. They go into a blood rage. They have a source of magic somewhere in their bloodlines. They get spells, not unlike the spell progression of the classical ranger. They don't get spells right off the bat. They have to be 4th level before they start getting 1st level spells. They get uncanny dodge and blood casting, like a horned toad, right? I don't think that's what it means. Actually, I know it's not. They are aberrant. They're considered of the aberrant class. So they have a number of spells known, so their spell use is very limited. All in all, the book is very it pays very close attention to these marriages of classes. I didn't mean to actually do that, and I did it again. So they don't just throw classes together willy-nilly. It attempts to blend the classes logically, which is a good thing. It's a very good thing, and I applaud that. It's not just a book of what the heck ever. It makes sense out of these combinations. So when we return, I'm going to do another part of this because there's just so much to cover. And when we return, I will talk more about the Pathfinder Advanced Class Guide found at paizo.com/Pathfinder. And it goes for $39.95. Don't forget to look them up at the aforementioned web address. And don't forget to look us up at www.dwarventavern.net. And Facebook, it's facebook.com/Dwarven Tavern. Give us a like, give us a subscription of, I don't know, Sports Illustrated. No, subscribe to the videos and share. Please, feel free to share our videos because we love seeing our videos all over the place. It's really awesome. And we'll be back with another part of this to cover the rest of the book, hopefully. And we'll see you then. Don't forget that we here at the Dwarven Tavern wish for you to want for nothing but adventure. And at first I feared it, then I charged. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.